Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Listen, this video reminded me of I talked about the video that I uploaded about the beautiful sister. She was a dark complexion black woman and talking about her dating experience. You can't even cry. You can't be human. It's always perceived. It's like you're the one being attacked. Someone could like literally roll over your foot and you're like, ouch, ooh. Well, she got an attitude. Why was she standing there? Okay. And it's things like this here, it enrages me so because you see it in the greater society and then amongst your own to compound it. It just drives me bonkers. Anyway, let's listen to what this young man has to say, and I totally agree. I agree wholeheartedly.
Everybody knows it, but nobody wants to say it out loud. So when a Latina gets angry, people call it spicy, sexy, ella es una tóxica, right? When a white woman gets angry,
oh yes, poor Sally.
Poor Sally. Oh my gosh, poor her. She's just having such a bad day. Oh my gosh, she must be going through so much. Oh my gosh, poor her. When a white man gets angry, he's stressed, he hit his breaking point, he's having a bad day, it's mental health. But when a black woman gets angry, she's ghetto, she's ratchet, she's loud, she's aggressive, she's masculine, she's too much. When a black man shows anger, hurt, frustration, grief, or pain, now he's violent, now he's dangerous, now he's a threat, now people clutch their bags, people get scared, people cross the street, now people reach for excuses to justify why they never wanted to understand him in the first place. And do not tell me it's about behavior, do not tell me it's about tone, do not tell me it's about how it's expressed, because the same emotions coming out of different bodies get labeled completely differently depending on the skin they're housed in. That is conditioning. That is not a coincidence, and that is not fair. Black pain is not allowed to be human pain in this society.
True.
It's only allowed to exist if it's quiet, palatable, digestible, and non-threatening to everybody else's comfort. The second it spills over, the second it raises its voice, the second it stops asking politely to be acknowledged, it gets criminalized, it gets demonized, and people want to talk about anger issues without ever talking about where that anger comes from. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about generations of trauma stacked on top of generations of trauma, stacked on top of generations of trauma, and then pretending the body, the nervous system, the psyche, and the soul are not keeping score. You don't get to enslave people, lynch people, beat people, rape people, eat people, segregate people, lock people out of resources, destabilize families, over-police communities, undereducate schools, poison neighborhoods, and then turn around and have the fucking audacity to say, why are they so angry? What the fuck do you mean, why are they so angry? That question alone is disrespectful as hell, because anger does not come out.
Exactly. And it blows my mind. It's like, you gotta be kidding me, right? You like so gotta be kidding me. What's the problem? How about we put the show on the other foot? I guarantee you the opposition, you won't last. And this is a painful reality. So when I see this, it is so very true. Who's pretty much the number one school shooter? We know who it is. That is not going to be Jamal. It's going to be Peter. They're going to get a date. Crime exists all across the board. But see, it's things like this here, unprocessed trauma. And that is why I am so in for women to you gotta get to know yourself, because what has been happening, I think, we're in a cycle where people grow up, they have families, get married, have kids. They might not be what you want to do. And it's a totally different climate. A lot of men don't want to be providers anymore. So then, if you look at that, looking at the history that we have, well, black women, you're expected to do everything. If you fight for yourself, you will be a problem. Something I'm engaging in. I'm fighting for myself. You sure as hell right I am. I'll work day and night. You'll be seen as the angry black woman. Sweet, I'm as calm as they get because I know how to play the game. You want a reaction out of me? But I know that's what you want. I believe in one thing, and I've always said it. You never give the enemy what they want. I'll let my pen and paper do the speaking for me. And you know where I'm coming from. You fight for yourself as a black woman? Oh my, you causing trouble. Why? Because out of all that we've been through, people expect you just to all of a sudden. You can be quiet as a mouse, but you're still making moves. Why are you doing all that? As trouble. Turn the other page, put it in a clear-skinned person, oh, you get all kind of accolades. And seeing this video, it made me think about the lady in her dating journey. We already know it's true across society. So the fact that we're engaging in it and it permeates our community, that's the part that's really sad. We already know what to expect in the greater society. And then you want to add in-house fighting. A lot of trauma needs to be processed. And it's hard to do when you're on your hamster wheel. So many women now, that's why I say, women, do what's, if it's not benefiting you, as my daddy taught me, don't do it. I don't care what your mother or grandmother says, no disrespect. Is it benefiting you? Is that what you want? So many people are realizing that, you know what? I'm operating in a heterosexual manner, and turns out that that's not even who they are. Now they're sitting up here with whole families, got to put this big old facade up here. That's what you were told to do. And now you've got families and children, other people involved. Now you got chaos. Be true to yourself. But it is so very true. That is how society operates. Perception. Who's doing what? What? Brad shot the school up. He's a murderer. Oh my God. Have you seen that show? And I kid you not. I kid you not. They've got this show that's on I Raced a Killer, I think. And I just saw one episode of it. And this one lady was holding on. Her son, he basically, well, it's got to be the Sunshine State. Really, I love Florida. Her son basically was, he was demonic from the beginning, and she knew it. The family knew it. Heck, the parents were sleeping in the bedroom with the door locked. Fast forward, he gets older. He was telling them at a young age, I had a dream, Mom. I had a dream that I killed everyone. And when he said everyone, it was talking about his family. He's like, yeah, I was telling me to kill the whole family. And then that way you guys wouldn't be in pain anymore. So the father, he already peeped they got a monster up in here. And the wife was still trying to hold on. Fast forward, what happened? He wasn't labeled as crazy, just a homicidal maniac, which I think it was. What he ended up doing, they were in like a rural area, and he was driving on a road. He chose a rural area on purpose because he was saying there weren't many people, and he was trying to find somebody to kill. Yeah, find somebody to kill. And there was a 75-year-old man crossing the street with a cane, and the man saw him coming. And so the guy drove down the street. It was like one lane, like north, south each way, one lane. So he's driving down the street, and he saw that old man on a cane. And what did he do? He turned his car around, and he was like, no, nobody was hardly there, and drove toward the man. The old man was 75 on a cane, tried to get out of his way. And he was telling the police this. When they came and got him, he ran the man down and killed him. And the cops, he called the police, and they were trying to, because it was Billy, they were trying to say, oh, it was an accident? He's like, no, he did it on purpose. They listed 911 calls. It was an accident? No, he did it on purpose. He told them he did it on purpose. The police came in, was telling you what to kill somebody. But is he labeled as, oh, ghetto and dangerous and ratchet? He's a freaking maniac. Again, the parents knew. He was telling the parents how he dreamt of killing them all, killing his own family. The father was like, he's done with him. The mother was still hanging on. He pretty much told them he wanted to kill someone. They didn't have to drag it out of him, beat it out of him. No, he was just really calmly speaking who he was. Oh, the two-parent home. The mama still hanging on. The dad, I don't blame the father, didn't even want to talk to him anyway. She said they were lying in bed one day, and at times, and you would look up. That's when they start locking the door. He was just standing there looking at you, and she said she was afraid of her own child then. The school shooters, oh, that person might need some help. But the labels that we get, there's rarely, you don't get the angry white man. And I did the little, oh my goodness, the little jingle, beware the angry white man, beware the angry black man. Please have your gun in hand. Remember that? And it's like that exists. It does exist. Men in general commit more crimes than women. But you think about it. Little Billy, he would never be labeled as a black man would be labeled. Sally's tears, automatically gotta assume something is wrong. A black woman, oh, she'll be all right. It's like the tears unvalidated. So this here, it is a painful truth. It is a very, very painful truth. And I think, like I said, the part that angers me more so is when you have that in the community, how we treat each other. Women mad at other women while probably because of a low down, dusty man. So you think about it. It is very difficult for people in my community, especially when decent people want to achieve something, because you have to deal with the labels of just a microaggression. You have to deal with that in the greater society, and then in your own. Ergo, you can't catch a dawn break. You can't catch a break.
Going through so much. Oh my
You
gosh,
can't you can't catch a
man.
break. Look, think about the times when they were talking about what is this about women being kicked food stamps. As I said before, one thing about this administration, Trump, anybody can get it. And unless you're rich, honey, you can get it. What about my job? DEI hired more Caucasian women than black women. What about my job? Again, this administration, anybody can get it. But a black woman gets upset. She can listen. She can sit up here and come outside, and her car can be stolen. And she's like, "Oh, where's my car? Why she gotta get it? She have to do all that? Just call the insurance company." Oh, really? Becky can have a fit, turn cartwheels, go crazy. She's just upset. And this, sometime what I'm speaking of is interpretation from my own community. Well, she didn't have to do all that. One of us gets upset. You ain't got to do all of that now. Why? Seeing yourselves through the eyes of the clear people, seeing yourselves through the eyes of the so-called oppressor, and you turn around and do it to your own. It's crazy to me. They were talking about cutting the food stamps. Well, first of all, 60% of food stamps recipients are Caucasian people. Okay, if you didn't know, probably more so now, or actually less with all the cuts. Look at all the videos within the group of men celebrating. Oh, they're gonna be homeless. Either you're crazy or got some unresolved trauma. You're trying to identify with the so-called enemy. Maybe it's Stockholm syndrome, but I know something is truly wrong. On the job, stuff happens.
But nobody wants to say it out loud. So when a Latina gets angry, people call it spicy, sexy.
Oh, you know how they are now, and it's okay.
Toxica, right? When a white woman gets angry, oh, poor Sally. Oh my gosh, poor her. She's just having such a bad day. Oh my gosh, she must be going through so much. Oh my gosh, poor her. When a white man gets angry, he's stressed, he hit his breaking point, he's having a bad day, it's mental health.
Better
When
run.
a black woman gets angry, she's ghetto, she's ratchet,
Yep.
she's loud, she's aggressive, she's masculine, she's too much. When a black man shows anger, hurt, frustration, grief, or pain, now he's violent, now he's dangerous, now he's a threat, now people clutch their bags, people get scared, people cross the street. Now people reach for excuses to justify why they never wanted to understand him in the first place. And do not tell me it's about behavior. Do not tell me it's about tone. Do not tell me it's about how it's expressed. Because the same emotions coming out of different bodies get labeled completely differently depending on the skin they're housed in.
Exactly. And that's why that dating experience with the young lady dating our dark skin. Mm-hmm. Why are you treated that way? So go where you appreciate it. And I'm going to say this here. This is a message specifically for black women. For all you hating, jealous black women that hate on another woman, let me tell you something. You silly chocolate drop. Your day is gonna come. The stuff that those kind of women do, you're not my sister. You know what? I hope a man breaks your heart again. I do not wish anything positive. The stuff I see other black women do to other black, it blows my mind. It's crazy. And I look at that, and all I can say is, I hope whatever journey you're on of self-hating, want to hurt other people, it is it's shocking. The things people tell me what I see. Who did that? So those kind of women, I hope you stay delusionally unhappy, and I hope you never find and know what it's like when your chips are down for a man to come to the rescue and say, "Hey, I got you." You probably won't. That's why you're so very bitter. The things you do to your own sisters. You probably won't. I hope you never know what it's like. I hope you never know what it's like for a man to actually buy a home and put your name on it because you don't deserve it, because you're such a hater. You are. Some of our people in the group act just like a Klansman, and what I'm seeing among black women is really, it's disturbing. Seeing each other get laid off and smiling. Seeing someone lose their house and you happen to hear about it. But I can tell you, like I said, we already have that out. You expect that. You don't expect the love sometimes in other communities. And the sad thing is we're at a point that sometimes it's someone from the other community that's actually showing you love and we show each other hate. Talk about trauma. Maybe this is the hate that hate produced. So for all of those that are like that out there, I do not wish you the best. I really don't. You're the kind I'm actually really sick of. It's sad. You can, it's really disturbing to me. So for all the ones in the group like to bring each other down, you're on that trajectory. Every dog has its day, and so does a dusty chocolate drop. It's very disturbing. Anyway, I gotta go. Let me know what you all think about it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share them out.